We're going to look at a sample display ad for a telephone book and talk about the best ways to do this type of advertising for your computer consulting business. As with all our critiques, computer consulting business names and all contact information have been omitted. We're going to provide an item-by-item critique of ad elements and then discuss some other important marketing issues related specifically to this type of marketing. The tips we'll talk about today for improving your marketing materials can really help you no matter where you're located or what type of small business you serve. The first thing to say about this ad is that the overall look of it is just really too busy. There's too much text on the page, and it's not even going to be a full page. It's a segment of a page, and it's really going to take away from the message that you're trying to put forward about your business. Also, too many logos and images decrease the presence of your company. You want to make sure that your company is really the focus of whatever ad that you're presenting. You can't focus on other people's businesses or certifications or other things that are kind of floating around on this page or photos. If prospects feel confused, they will be less likely to respond. So you want to think about really focusing your ad, whatever it is, and your focus really needs to be on your company because that's really what you're selling is your solution. So you want to make sure that the focus really is on your company so that prospects aren't really confused about who is presenting this ad and who they need to be calling. When you simplify, you get really the maximum impact of your marketing message. So the simpler it is, the more likely you are to not confuse your prospects and people that might get in touch with you, and also just really get your message across and get what you're about across. The simpler you can make it, the more digestible it's going to be to people that are reading it. The second point to think about is you really want to watch your grammar and spelling. This is a very small ad, and professionalism is going to be key. And anything with really bad grammar and spelling is not going to really get you any bonus points for being a really professional and legitimate company. And really the other thing about spelling mistakes is that spelling mistakes in such a small space are really noticeable, especially in the headline. Here we have independent spelled incorrectly in the headline, and that's really going to be your first point of attack on getting your message across is going to be your headline, and that's where you really need to grab attention. That's going to be the first thing people see. And if the first thing they see is a spelling mistake, it's not going to bode well for your business. Make sure you proofread your ad very carefully. You need to, if you don't have someone creating the copy for your ad that you've hired, you want to make sure that you have multiple people looking at this. It's going to be running for, a year or more, depending on how often the phone book gets put out. It's typically not all that often. So you want to make sure that you're really presenting the best grammar and spelling that you can, and perfect, in fact, because it's going to be a very, very small space, very small chance for you to really get people's attention and show what you're about. And just some more specifically about your headline. You want to make your headline count. So it's about the freedom and independence of your business. That's the headline we have here. Your headline is going to be your first and often your only chance to grab attention. When you're dealing with a space that's going to have a lot of other ads, especially when your companies are going to often be categorized by the type of company they are, you're going to be in there with a lot of other different types of computer consulting businesses and other types of businesses too, and really your headline is going to be what people are going to look at first, and if they don't like your headline, they're going to move on to the next ad that they see. Make your headline specific and benefits focused, and this is true of pretty much any marketing materials that you're going to be presenting about your company, and any materials you're going to be presenting about your consulting company. It really has to stress the benefits. So your headline also, and as your entire ad also has to really be about the benefits that you're going to provide to your prospects and customers and clients. Again, you want to check your spelling really carefully on your headline. Prospects are not going to stand for spelling errors and meaningless ad jargon, so this really it's not saying anything about anything, and it's not going to really grab a lot of attention, and it's also got a misspelling in it. So right off the bat, you're not grabbing attention in the way that you really want to with this headline. Basically, the headline is pretty worthless. It's got no real value to it. It's got no benefits stressed. It's got no real idea of what your company's about. It's not giving anyone a very specific presentation of your company. Make your headline consistent with other components of the advertisement. So think about what you're saying throughout the rest of the ad, and really the headline should be a highlight of that information, and should really highlight the most important elements of what's going on with the rest of the ad. You might want to consider changing the headline to something along the lines of this. Finally, a local technology support provider that fixes your company's computer problems the right way the first time. So here you're stressing several benefits. First of all, you're presenting yourself as a technology support provider, which is what you want to market yourself as if you are providing that type of service. And then you're stressing that you fix computer problems, and this is really where most small business owners are going to understand you, because a lot of them are not going to understand terms like IT or technology solutions as much as they're going to know that you work with computers. So you're talking about that you fix computer problems. It's very simple, it's straightforward. And then you're giving them a promise of it being an efficient service, because you're telling them that you're able to fix their computers the right way the first time. So you might be appealing to some people who've had some trouble with providers in the past who maybe have taken a little longer to fix things and don't always do it the right way or the best way the first time that they attempt it. So you're going to be appealing to a lot of different needs with this sort of a headline, and also you're going to be stressing a lot of benefits that you can provide, and possibly a lot of unique benefits that your particular firm might provide. And you're doing this all in the headline, which is going to be your first way to really get their attention and get them listening.
Do you want more of the best, steady, high-paying computer business clients? Then sign up for free, proven computer business tips now at computerbusinesstips.com. Again, that's computerbusinesstips.com.